Here we go. I'm going to start with I'm not going to go through every page. I'm going to go through the ones that I have real product to show you, because for me, I know that that is what I like to see too. I need to be able to not just see the catalog, but be able to see the product. So we're going to start with this one. And this actually was the very first one I had earned this one. And so at first I wanted it and I thought, I think I could use it. Well, now, hi Jenny. Now that I get started on it, oh my goodness, there's a lot of versatility with this one. So let's show you the product. So here we go. This is the stamp set. And these are the dies. So I'll move that over a little bit more as to what they look like. And so again, here are the dies, and you can see that they have a nice selection. So this can be any citrus, and we'll look in more detail of some ideas. And then they give you several ideas for the cups and some different tea bag tags. So there's lots of options. You can see mine's well loved already, but that's the good part. We can use them and get lots of great ideas. So I'm going to show you this here. I did up so that maybe if I put it down, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Yeah. So here you can see the stamped image of the citrus. And of course, it can be a lemon, lime, or an orange. And then these are the two dies that go together to make this citrus. I absolutely love those. Those are so sweet. And then you can see here in the stamp set, and of course the dies, you can see some tags. So here's the big tag that you can stamp, and there are some teeny tiny little sentiments. And the reason they are so tiny is because look at, they fit these tags perfectly. So here's the little tiny ones, and then this, I've done a whole variety for you. These are all the different ones that you can stamp inside, and then just some other ideas. So you can stamp in the background and then in front. And this actually isn't even a card. This is just my sample idea, Carol. For me, when I start with a stamp set, I've got to be able to play with it and just see the potential that's there before I start creating. So anyway, I wanted you to be able to see the many ideas just with those alone before we get to the cards. Oh, and before we get to the cards, I also have to show you something. This is the 6x6 designer paper. Oops, all my piles are starting to fall down. And this here, I don't know if we can see them all. You can see this is the flip side. So here we have a lot of tea patterns, teacups and tea pots, and then they have the other side. So many of them are nicely coordinated, and then you can see the nice variety. So not all are teapots, but there's a nice variety of teacups, teapots, and I love this lemon. But some nice other colors as well. This one's very pretty. So that's the designer paper. So you're going to see quite a selection of ones that I've used with designer paper. And this is one that I really showcased. Hello, Yvonne. I showcased the beautiful teapots, and what I really like is how they have placed these on the paper. They have placed it so that, you could cut a strip and you can see all the different, they're not all scattered in half of this and half of that, which some are, but it's nice that you can get some really nice strips. I'm organized. Yeah, I like to organize. And yes, this is one of my favorite colors. This is Starry Sky. And I didn't think it was going to be my favorite at first, but I've used up my entire package. So I guess I like that color. So this is the designer paper. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. Actually, I won't show it yet. So this is the in color designer paper. And of course, this is the tea paper. And this is the twine and the in color embellishments, which I think I might have like 5 left. So I'm enjoying those products, obviously. Now this one I did in a Facebook Live, so you could go back and see how I made this card. And this is one of the first ones that I started creating, especially to see how the stamps all fit together. And adding, again, look how they have even some hearts. Lots of versatility. And of course, got to have the string with the tea bag tag. And then I wanted to try the lemon. And here we've got the lemon. And again, here's your string and here's your citrus. And for this one, I used our brand new, look at these glossy dots. Woohoo! Bright colors. And I just loved it, how that went so well with the lemon. So there's the lemon. And then I wanted to take a different twist. And this particular one I've embossed with the Pretty Flower embossing folder. And I also did some spraying or flicking with the Wink Stella. I don't know if you can see that on there, but it's got some glimmer to it. And again, use the hearts. And do you notice this? Yes, you do see right. Those are heart pearls. So as you can see, I've used quite a few of mine already. See if I can show you all 3. Maybe not. So here we have a kind of a shiny pearl, a really shiny pearl, and then there is some more white matted ones, which I did try coloring as well. So lots of different hearts, and I love it that it's in the pearls. And then the blue one's very nice. You like that one? Yeah, I do too. That's one of my favorites. And this one, again, is at the beginning when I was trying to showcase the lemons and the stamp set itself. And of course, had to add some rhinestones into the flowers. So that one. And I love the sentiment. Take care of yourself. Sorry, we got sirens. Because everybody needs a cup of tea to relax and have a little moment to be calm and quiet. And this one here, I took from the doilies that is in the mini catalog. And you love this set, Jenny? I do too. And then I just put the sweet sorbet behind it. And then our new, look at this. We got circles back and we got squares, and look at this. We also got these banners, 4 different sizes, but you see how they're all stitched? So I am loving that's another standalone die. And of course, that's how I did that with the circles. And I then cut out with the designer paper to have this as the focus on the teacup. And you notice those beautiful embellishments? Those are the new flower, and they come in silver and gold. Gorgeous. And then for anybody coming in person or virtually, which some of you are on, you got to choose a tea pocket. And in the tea pocket, you open it up and come on, ribbon. This ribbon's a little bit tight when it opens. But ta-da! So here we go. Take care of yourself. And then there's a nice little herbal or regular, depending on which one you got. And I didn't write in it because I wanted it so that whether you want to enjoy it or whether you have a senior or somebody who just needs a little encouragement, I wanted to leave it blank so that you could also give it away if you wanted, or use the tea bag and put another one in. So there we go. Lots of ideas, and you can see this here too. Yes, you're seeing right. That is metallic. Now, I only have the 3 colors right now, but oh my goodness, they are so, so pretty. And I love how they are, it's very soft. I don't know how to describe it, and it's not thick. I thought it would be kind of thick, but no, it isn't. Excuse me. And you see how it can fray too if you want it to. So there we go. Those are the teacups. So we're going to start with that one. I'm going to put them back in here because I don't want my piles to all go flying. Okay, let's see what's next. We have the bird. Here is this adorable, last time we had more of a realistic looking bird, and this time we have a more whimsical bird. And what's really cool about this bird is that he is in a punch bundle. So we have sweet songbirds, and this is what it looks like when you stamp and punch him out. Isn't he cute? Hello, Penny. There she is. And so this set has a lot of versatility. Now, again, the bird is the only one that can be cut out because it's with the punch, but you can stamp all these other images. And to give you some examples, I'm going to show you. Now, anybody who came in person or got my kit virtually, this is the free make and take that you had or will have tomorrow. And isn't he adorable? Look at the music notes. He's singing away. So this is what's so nice, how you can do this branch and put the leaves and, of course, have the little birdie. And I don't know if you saw in the bird stamp set, but you have the dots for the open eyes or the closed eyes. You also have the feet going different ways. They really thought out this one. It's really, really cute. And then you're probably wondering, why is there this funny little stick and this piece of board? Oh, and I should say, this is the music. I decided to use the music embossing underneath, which got returned into our catalog, which I'm so thrilled. And then there's the heart pearls again. But that little stick is for this. So this can make a little sign. And it has, again, different words. Look at how many, the variety of different words that they've got. I put on this one a little note of thanks. But isn't that ever cute? And of course here, this time I punched out and glued the pieces on that come out from the punch. And then I added some of the in-color sweet sorbet in-color embellishments as well. So there's another little birdie. And then Vicky, who I don't see yet tonight, my team comes in and helps me make some cards. And this is the adorable card that Vicky made for us. So here again, we've got him stamped this time and then punched out. And again here, I don't know, what did she do with the branch? Oh, I know, it's out of the punch, the sprig that we have there. And there we have a nice little card with a bird. So that's the bird. Okay, making our way. Like I say, this is just basically in the order of the catalog of what I have. So here we've got this, can you see it on the bottom? The beautiful, cheerful basket. And, dun, da, da, let's see. This one, when I got, I was impressed how large the stamp set and the dies are. I was envisioning it to be a lot smaller, but you can see the cat. Let's see, put this by a pen. I mean, you can see how big that is. That's a pretty big pussycat. And look at the variety. So here you can stamp or you can cut out the basket. And then you have these which have apples, the hearts, or craft items. And then there are dies, of course, to cut each one of them out. So I've just put those in the back and then all the other dies here in the front. And look at this adorable die that kind of does a kerchief for the basket. And look at all the other extra things. You get hearts, you get some little apples with the stems, butterfly, like lots of little sprigs. And I love it that they have several so that you can cut them all in one, same like the leaves. And you notice here how the leaves and the heart, it's one die and you get 4. I like that. So there's the dies. Now I'm going to show you some cards. So here we have the cute pussycat that comes with this one. And of course the basket of the apples. And you can see this beautiful textured, what do you call it? Kind of like a napkin inside the basket. And I put the brass butterflies, which I'm happy are returning. But there is an adorable card with the basket of apples. And then again on my team day, we had my team members come and help me again make some cards. And this was Leanne's card. So now this isn't part, you're going to see in a minute. This is from the elephant one. But Leanne always likes to tell stories when she makes cards. And yes, how adorable. She's filled the apple cart or the apple basket with apples. And of course her cat is orange, so we got to have an orange cat. And you notice the lovely frames in this one. So this particular one is now another set of beautiful dies, and this is the frame that she used here. You can't quite see the texture with the white, unless maybe I hold it up, you can, but you can see it on the dies. And then there was another one I had, oh, the lemon one. I used this fabulous frame, and look at this oval, and we'll see in a little while what those are. Okay, so there's card number 1 from Leanne, and then we have this one. Now, this one, we're going to see how she got the background, but she puts the cat in the basket. And do you notice how she did this in silver to make it look like the silver handle? Really, really sweet. And how she got that paper is, ta-da, the Forest Friends paper. Oh my goodness. Like, look how adorable that bear is. Oh my. And then we've got some cute little logs and acorns and branches. And this long one, or birch one, look at, there's the mushrooms at the bottom. More mushrooms. So nice variety. I love this one, just nice greenery with the acorns and leaves. And then some more of our forest friends. And then the flip side, you like that paper? I do too. And here you can see the nice neutral paper. I think I'm missing one, but you get the idea. Those are just absolutely gorgeous. So even if you don't get to buy the Forest Friends, you can still make some lovely cards with this paper alone. And I'm going to show you 2 that I made. Here is one. So all I've done is matted it onto Calypso Coral and then the Mossy Meadow. And then I had said, I'll show you these. Well, that's what I've done here. If you can see, those are the corners. Aren't they adorable? The song, you like the songbird card? My stand is right in the middle of some of the words. And then this one here, I couldn't resist, that cute bear. And again, I used the other corner round piece for that. Isn't that sweet? So there we go with those guys. All right, come back in here. Next, da da da, the elephants. Now, when I looked at the catalog, This one stuck out right away. Maybe because it's a preschool teacher that I was. I don't know. But oh my goodness, how adorable. And again, it's one of them that my ideas, I couldn't stop. But I had to stop because I had to make some other cards and do other things. And that is the elephant parade. So here are the lovely, cute little elephants. And here are the dies and the stamps. Let me move it over a little bit. Now I have cut out the dies, but see how many are actually stamped and cut out? Other than the words, every image is able to be cut out with dies. Hoo-hoo! No fussy cutting on this one. And so you can see how you have some extras. You have some bows, you have some extra grass, and you have some adorable, I don't know if you can see those adorable, they're even textured and embossed, little peanuts. And of course, here, there. This is what I do with my pieces that I've stamped or extra pieces I've cut out. Yeah. Yes, we know who likes that there's no fussy cutting. And here's the adorable dies. And here's the cards. So this one I made in a Facebook Live, and that cute forest friend paper is where I got this paper because I wanted to make it look like the forest. So that's what I've done here with him sitting on all the greenery. And you see his peanut? He is pretty cute. So that is one. And then I've used the fabulous frames again here. And I had to add that mouse. Isn't he cute? Friends forever. Some really nice sentiments with that as well. And then I decided to use the cute peanuts as my background. So you can see I've stamped here, made my own designer paper, and I couldn't resist but put some peanuts on the ground, and he's carrying some flowers to match the pretty pink. And then I had to try something else. So now, can you see these are not our regular rectangles. This is deckled. So look how many you get in there. So it's all deckled on the edges, and this is how many different layers that you can make. So you can see here I've got 3, 1, 2, 3, but there's even one in between this, and of course there's, I mean, wow. Lots of things you can do with that. And here is the in-color embellishments as well. And of course, he's carrying a little balloon to say happy birthday. How cute. And then look, I've stamped him inside. So there is that one. I'm going to have a big mess over there to clean up. Okay, now I do not have the bundle for this particular one because I don't have a husband and my dad is no longer alive. But here is some absolutely amazing. So for a few men that might be in your life, even if you don't have too many that you need to make cards, wow, lots of goodies in this paper. So here we go. And I'm going to show you something really cool right off the bat. Look at this. These are dies. They all punch out. So you can see every single one of these punch out. And so you would have some instant cards, and there's 2 sheets of each. So you get that one. Look at this cool camper one. And a nice brown masculine one. And then, of course, this would suit my brothers. Look at the old cars and the motorbikes. And then we've got this one here. And then the barbecue one. And then if you flip them all over, then they just have some nice neutral kind of colors in the back. And then, of course, don't forget the beautiful dies that, or the cutouts that come with that one. So there we go. All right. Now, one thing that isn't new, but it got returned because it only had a tiny little bit of time to showcase, and that is our sailboat. Beautiful punch, and, no, I should show you this. Where did I put the stamp set? The stamp set's buried. Here we go. Here's the stamp set. So very simple, but there are lots of different things that you can do with this particular one. So I'm going to show you some cards. This one here, I don't know, I had in my brain the three, the navy and the red and the white. So that's the card that I made with that one. And then we had Leanne make this one. Hi, Karine. Isn't this a gorgeous one? I just love not only the color, but just the way she's done the card. I love it. So thanks, Leanne. And this one is from Vicky. So on our Team Fun Day, this is the one that Vicky made. And you can see how she's used the horizon paper. So easy to make that as the focus. And then, of course, just the sailboat. Very easy card, but very, very nice. You like the nautical? I do too. Absolutely. Okay, here we go. What's next? Okay, now this one is the one that as soon as I saw it, I knew this is one that I had to get. So let me find, I've got too many piles here, right here. Okay, now get out my big pile. Now this one I've had lots of fun with. And thankfully I could get this one on a pre-order, so I had a chance to play with this one a lot more. So this is the Gorgeous Nature Prints. So this one here has an amazing stamp set, and I love how you have the font and a good selection of different sentiments. And what always gets me is this, I don't know if it's a ginkgo leaf, but it looks like it to me, and I love them. Love this wreath, love the fern, and I love how they've given us several of these rather than just one, so we can make lots of different things. And of course, there is the label. Now, I got something else to show you. This is a fern. It is our 3D embossing folder. And look what happens. Look at the 3D on that one. And all I did with this one, which you didn't even have to, but just to see it a little more, I took a little bit of white craft ink and just went over the top a bit. And wow, does that just make it stand out, doesn't it? Okay, now I see, oh, I don't have the others in here. That's okay. So here we go. We're going to look. Now, one more thing that's gorgeous about this set is you love that folder. I know, me too. It has become my absolute favorite. So here we have these beautiful nature prints, the sun print paper. And these are gorgeous. So these are all reverse sides. So you see you have a nice variety of the blues, but then with this gray granite. And here's one more here too. So beautiful that they stand alone, as we're going to see. So I'm just going to get this out of the way so you can see my cards a little better. Oops, don't touch the camera. So this one here, you can see this is just the designer paper. But wow, like I hardly had to do anything. I put a few sprigs and a sentiment with some bling. That was it. So how easy is that? And I just put the little flower in the inside. So yes, that designer paper is gorgeous. And then I took the embossing folder and I embossed the back. Of course, had to use my new metallic ribbon, and then I wanted to see what it would look like if I stamped some of the images. And I should say, one thing that I really also like in this set is that we've got a nice blotch. I loved having a blotch, so you can have that. As you can see, I've stamped off. So this is full strength, this is second, and same thing I stamped off before putting on here. So there we go. That's one. Here's another one that I did. I believe I did this in a Facebook Live. And so kind of the technique, but a little bit different. I actually colored the embossing folder, and then you don't have to use the wreath just as a wreath. I used it, cut it, and with the vellum, and I just made it go all the way around as some greenery. So many ideas that you can do with this set. And then I wanted to do my own designer paper again. And of course I like this pattern. So here I put it all the way around. And then I just put a mixture of the stamped images and the dies. And of course I had to do some blotching on my sentiment just stamped off. And of course the beautiful metallic ribbon. Okay, and then we have, I think I did this one in my Facebook Live. So if you want to see any more detail about some of these cards, you can go to my YouTube channel, or you can go to my blog, and I will have them all posted there. You can't see. There we go. madelinescraftroom.net. All right, so here I stamped the leaves first, the fern leaves, then I embossed it, and then I did some coloring and decorated it. So there we go. This one here, I did some spatter on top of the fern embossing folder, and I just love this label. So pretty. So you can see, even though the paper is in blue, you of course do not have to do it in blue. But the blue is so pretty, so what can you say? Hi there, Shanna. And this particular one, I actually colored the embossing folder right on the embossing folder with the ink, and then I ran it through, and that gave me this absolutely beautiful texture and look in the back. Little piece of the designer paper. So there we have a gorgeous card. Now this card, I got inspired from Val in Port Alberni. She had made this card and I love it. So this is the fern, how she has it on either split side. And then of course you see my bling on there. Oh yeah, pretty, I know. And then look at here, these are the new matted, what do you call them? Matted gems. That they look so nice. And again, here is our twine in all the different colors. And then wait, here's the strip in the middle. So there we go. That is a fun one. And then I think we did this one in our stamp club. Oh, that's what we did. We did this one in our stamp club. So this one here is our white crinkled ribbon that I colored. And then of course I used the blending brushes to color my wreath. And again, this is our embossing folder again, but this time with vellum. And you see how I colored the heart pearls green. I would have never thought of coloring them green, but you know, it does look really nice on that card. So there we go. There is the fantastic nature prints. Okay, here we go. Sun. Okay. Coming soon, ladies, is Wisteria. So keep watching. Okay, the chic. I like a challenge, and there were not too many people making cards with the Texture Chic bundle. So I decided I was going to get that bundle because I loved it and I wanted to make lots of different cards with it. So here we go. I'm going to show you. Here is the stamp set and here are the dies. You like the vellum, yes. Isn't it amazing what you can do with vellum, isn't it? So here in this stamp set and the dies, you can see you have a lot of different seasons. And I should say I have a live from last Friday. I'm having some technical trouble, but it will be up soon. But anyway, this one you'll want to see because I've shown you quite a variety. Oh, there's Linda. Hello, Linda. And you can see the variety in the leaves. And of course, these are not even, these are at 75%. So I should add how big these are. These are not small dies. When we look at them in the catalog or on the stamp set, they look small. You can see they're well loved already. So here we have the leaves, the snowflakes, the flowers, and the shells. And of course, same thing here with all the stamps. And look at all those embellishments too. And thanks and thinking of you. I'm here for you. Like lots of different ones. So here we go. Don't forget the most magnificent die is this one. So this die is amazing. So you can make some beautiful things with that, and you'll see in a minute what I have done with them. So this particular card I did for a swap, and I just had to be different and do shells, of course, but I had to use the new in colors. You love that die. I know. It is gorgeous. Just makes amazing background, doesn't it? Love it. And here's my in color. You see how they have disappeared so quickly. And here I had to take another twist, and I've used some of the other shells, and I also have multicolored this piece. So it's not even one color, just to get a variation of the colors. And do you see those pearls? Ladies, look at this. We have iridescent pearls. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but we love our pearls, but woohoo, we just added bling. So there's that card. Then I also made this one for another swap. And again, I had to just try out my corners, and I had to try what it was like to stamp the flowers and the leaves. And then do you see here, I did this one actually in my Facebook Live, and Leanne suggested, what if I colored the vellum? Well, doesn't that look great with the vellum in the background that has a little bit of color? So be watching for that video. Okay, my team, Leanne helped me with this card. And this one she had, again, there were no ideas. So we had to just think up our own ideas. But didn't she do a great job? Look at the corners here again. And this beautiful gold netting. You're wondering where she got that gold? They have 12 by 12, 2 in a package of this distressed gold paper. Isn't it lovely? Woohoo, I'm loving that. And then this paper is actually from the Happiness in Hues. Oh, don't show it yet. I get too excited. I want to show you everything. Let's finish with the cards, and then I'll show you this one next. So that one from Leanne, and then yes, I know. And Leanne's a new stamper. She's only been stamping for just over a year, so she's been attending lots of classes and doing lots of cards, so she's doing really well. So anybody can do it. So look at this. I have embossed. This here again is the happiness paper that we'll see in a minute. There are those gorgeous flower embellishments, and you see how I did the gold over top of the flower. So I've used the paper to cut out the whole piece and then the gold for the edging. Okay, and as you can remember, in this stamp set there and dies, there were leaves. Now I've tried the leaves with flowers. I know it's not fall and we don't want to think fall and winter, but I just had to make a card. And I love how you can get that really, and of course we got the smudges, splatters, whatever we want to call them, that I've put in the background stamped off. But now we can see the leaves. Okay, ready? Snowflakes. I know we don't want to see snow, but look, I embossed them. Isn't that beautiful? Look at how fine that snowflake stamps. Gorgeous. And of course, here's one that is actually cut out. So there it is. Now, one more with the paper. So as I was saying, this is the Happiness of Hues paper. And this paper is, it can look very busy because it's a very big piece, but gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. So I love, I should maybe turn it this way. See how it has a variety and it goes to this darker bluey purple. And this one here, again, a variety. And this one, look at the rainbow again. Starts with pink, purple, and goes all the way down there to the dark pink. And then we have, look at these, amazing. And if you have the bundle, the die, I believe it's this one, the die actually can cut out the flowers. And here we have this one. Now you can see here, I made this card, and I'll just take that away for 1 minute. You can see I don't have the bundle, but look at how I just cut out, fussy cut the flowers, and ta-da! Put some embellishments. Of course, there's the silver flower embellishments. You love that. And then the Wink Estella, of course. And then, of course, I've got to show you the flip side. So the back side, you kind of have quite a variety. So they have that one, this one. Ta-da! Look at this rainbow effect. Isn't it beautiful? And we're not ending. Then we have these colors. And, oops, that's the same one. Getting excited. But this is the other one. Look at all those colors. So lots again that you can do with that one, even if you don't have the bundle. Okay, throw those piles over there. I think we're getting pretty close. The other one is, of course, as you probably have seen, is the beautiful wave. Now, when I did the wave, of course, we had this one as one of our first ones. I was playing around with the beautiful penguins. I've got penguins on the brain. The pelican. So it looks, you can see what it looks like in the different colors. And of course, these are the amazing dies. Hello, Shireen. So here's the stamps and the dies. Amazing, those big waves. And here, as you can, if you go to my Facebook Live, or no, my YouTube channel, I show you a whole bunch of different color combinations with that. And then these are some of the cards that I made with the beautiful wave. Isn't that incredible how you can get the colors in there? And I love that this ribbon continued and how it can go right through the sentiment. And then we have this one here, and you can see I've even added, can you see it there? Embossing paste to make it look like you have some of the foam from the waves. And then you have this one here, again, looking at it, coloring it different. And of course, there we have the pelican again with these beautiful timbers. So there's the wave. Okay, and we saw the beautiful flowers. Which one are we missing? Okay, some stamp sets. So be watching. I will be showing you. You love that one too, Jenny? Yes. My friend is going away, but this is the one that she got. And since she's away, she's going to let me borrow it and try. So be watching. I'm going to do some cards with that one. That looks like a lot of fun. And then when my son has special needs, when he looked through the catalog, I was very puzzled by his first choice because he chose Waterfall Canyon. That really shocked me, but we tried it out on the weekend. These are reversible stamps, so you can do the smooth side, which means you get the lighter color underneath, and you flip it, and then you can do it in a different color, and then you get the texture. So these are all textured, so you can flip, or reversible, that you can use either side. Very unique, kind of like the mountain one we have. And so when we were playing around with it, oh, I didn't take it out of the package. I got all the others out of the package. Sorry. You don't need to see the glare. So this is the one, I pretty much cased it from the catalog because I just had to try it. But there's the beautiful canyon. All right. Now, just a few more things. I'm going to show you that we have some new masks, and here are some of the patterns. I love these patterns. Look at even this vine. And then very unique this time. Look at how we have some more solid that you can do some individual ones. You could do the butterfly and then some other flowers. So kind of different. They've never done that before. And then be watching. This is a cloud. I don't know if you can see it if I put it down. This is the cloud embossing folder, and I am excited to try that one out. So, other than our magnificent new in colors, look at these colors. Absolutely beautiful. So, of course, we've got the paper. We have blends. You like that? Here's the markers. Of course, there's blends in all the colors. Of course, you gotta have the stamp pads. And if you like these in color, they have a really good deal right now. If you sign up, you can pretty much get a lot of these in color things for such a great deal. So those, and then I gotta show you this. So I had mentioned designer paper that I had used with the teacups. So these here, you get 2 sheets of each color. So that's the sweet sorbet, and then you get the flip side. So same thing here. Now you get it in the tranquil tide, and then you flip them around, and you get that design. I'll just move those out of the way. Here's Orchid Oasis. And then you flip it. Look at those designs. And Parakeet Party. Loving this. I'm not a green person, but I love that green. And then we've got the Starry Sky. Absolutely amazing. You love, I do too. Sometimes I don't like all the colors, but this year I love them all. And look what else they gave us. They gave us shimmer. So here's Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, Tranquil Tide, Parakeet Party, and the Sweet Sorbet. Oh my goodness. Absolutely amazing. Can't wait to try those. And then, of course, the in-color twine, which I really like that you get it all in one package and you can use it for so many. Whew. So, oh, one more thing I have to show you, because this one is hard to figure out what it looks like in the catalog. And that is the brush stroke paper. It kind of looks like, you know, the wallpaper we used to see, but this here is in this beautiful color. And then we have it in Night and Navy. May not show up like it really does in person. And then, of course, the beautiful pink. And this paper's thin, very, very thin. But yes, do you like the shimmer that's in that? Me too. And especially, you see that subtle kind of brush stroke? Yeah, it is wow. Very, very beautiful. So there we go, ladies. Whew. Lots of things that I could show you, but be watching. And another one that is going to be coming soon is, which one is it? This cute, my son and I used to have guinea pigs. I'm going to make some fun cards with this set's coming soon. So be watching. Lots of great things to come. I do a Friday night live where I kind of do a sneak peek and focus on a certain project or a card or product. And we will continue. We just won't be doing one this Friday because we're doing the catalog launch this week. But we'll get back next Friday.